Hello everyone, welcome back to the new lecture. So in this lecture we'll discuss the difference between raised floor and non-raised floor design. So let's start. So first of all, here I will explain you what is raised floor design. So a raised floor system is a platform elevated above the original floor, creating an underfloor plenum. Okay, so a raised floor means you create a secondary floor above the original slab, leaving an empty space below called as a underfloor plenum. So think of it like a false ceiling but on the floor side. Okay, remember, floor height is normally 300 mm to 900 mm. So this is the gap between actual floor and a raised floor. Typically range is given here. 300 mm means around 1 feet is used for the small data rooms. Okay, and 600 mm is used for the standard data center, and 900 mm is for the large or high airflow system we are using. Okay, so bigger height means better airflow plus more cable space. Got it? Now the space below used for what purpose? It is used for cold air distribution. As you know that the empty space act like an air duct. Okay, instead of using duct, cold air flow freely under the floor, and this reduces duct cost and improve airflow flexibility, which is very common in data center. Okay, second, space below used for the cable routing. First for cold air distribution, second for the cable routing. As you know that all power cables, data cables run below the floor, so no messy wiring above. Got it? So the benefits of running the cable below the floor is what? Easy, you can do the maintenance easily, even safe cable management, clean look. Okay, there are lots of benefits. Now here you can see the working is given, how actually the raised flow system work. So first of all, the cold air supplied by CRAC or CRAH unit. CRAC means computer room air conditioner. CRAH is the computer room air handler. So these unit generate chilled air and push it into the underfloor space. Okay, then what happened? The air flows into the underfloor plenum. The space below act as a plenum chamber, as I discussed. So the cold air spread uniformly under the floor. So here no duct required, uniform pressure distribution. Okay, then air comes out through perforated tiles. So here special perforated floor tiles are installed. So the cold air rises through this opening. You can control airflow by changing tile types. Okay, now then the cold air enter cold assay. So the server rack are arranged in cold assay or hot assay. Okay, the cold air directed specifically to the front of the server. Then finally the server take air and reject heat. Okay, servers take cold air in and reject hot air from backside. So this hot air goes to hot assay and return to AC unit. So in this way the raised floor design work. So now let's see the advantages of raised floor. Okay, so there are lots of advantage. We'll discuss few of them. The first benefits is what? Efficient air distribution. What is mean? Means the raised floor work like a big air duct or plenum below the floor. So how it helps? Normally the cold air from CRAC or CRAH unit is spread uniformly under the floor. Air is delivered exactly where required, near server, and no long duct losses, less pressure drop. Okay, so the result is what? You will get better cooling performance, even energy consumption is all reduce energy consumption, uniform temperature in data center. Okay, so instead of duct going everywhere, the whole floor becomes one large supply air chamber here. So this is the first benefit, efficient air distribution. Second one, flexible airflow control. You can control airflow easily by adjusting floor tiles. Okay, so normally we are using perforated tiles or grill. You can change tile position depending on heat load or add more airflow where server generate more heat. Okay. So here the result of this, if you are using, you can adjusting the floor tile. So the result is cooling is customizable, easy to modify when load changes, and no need for redesigning duct system. Okay. Then we have a cable management, the next one. As you know that all cable, power, data cable run under the raised floor. So how the benefits is what? No visible wiring, means the layout is very clean. Even it is very easy to add or remove cable. And you can also reduce the risk of damage if you have managed the cable properly. Okay. Is it clear? Because you know that in normal room what happened, the cable are messy overhead, but here everything is hidden below the floor. Got it? So these are some advantages of raised floor which I have discussed. Now we'll move to the next one, means some limitation, disadvantage of raised floor. The first one is the installation cost is high. So raised floor system are expensive compared to normal flooring. Okay. Why cost is high? Because here pedestal or floor panel, means steel or cement tiles normally we are using. Perforated tiles we are using, which is very costly, as you know that. And some extra accessories like cable trays, grommets, etc. Okay. And here remember, this skilled labor is also needed. Regular maintenance we need to do for tiles remover, cleaning. So that is why it has high installation cost. Okay. So remember this thing. That is why raised floor system is not suitable for small or low budget project. Remember. Okay. It is because it has higher initial project budget. Na? So you can go for the. Is it clear? Next one, it required structural height. So you need extra vertical space floor to floor height to install it. As you know that raised floor itself take 300 mm to 900 mm space, plus ceiling, lighting, duct if any. Okay. So the problem is what? In building with low height, it is very difficult to install. Okay. So that is why raised floor system is not suitable for retrofit project, means the existing building. It needs planning from design stage. Okay, suppose if your room height is already limited, so adding a raised floor can make it feel compressed and uncomfortable. Okay, so it can require structural height also. Next, air leakage risk. So the cold air can leak from gaps in the raised floor system. And where the leakage happen, sometime you have seen the gap between tiles, cable cutouts, even poor sealing or improper installment. So from here the air will leak, and the impact of this leakage, what happened? The loss of cooling efficiency, even the energy consumption increased. Okay. So these are the some disadvantages of raised floor system. Okay. Now we'll move to the next. What is already we have discussed about the raised floor design. Now I will explain you what is actually non-raised floor design. See, a system where no raised floor is used and cooling is provided through overhead duct, inflow in-row cooling or rear door cooling. That is called as a non-raised floor. It means what? What is actually non-raised floor design? It means no raised floor is used here and cooling is done from above or near the rack, not from under the floor. Okay. So normally here the cooling method which we need to use is first what? Overhead duct, means the cold air is supplied through duct installed on the ceiling. Okay. Here normally we have a AHU or CRAC unit which send air through duct. Okay. The air comes out via diffuser or grill above rack. Got it? Then the second method, the second cooling method which we are using here in non-raised floor design is in-row cooling. Means cooling unit are placed between server rack. Okay, so the unit put hot air directly from server and cool it and supply back immediately. Then the next method is rear door cooling. Means the cooling unit is installed at the back door of the server rack. So the hot air coming out of the server is cooled instantly, either air cooled or water cooled door. Got it? So in this way, the non-raised floor. Now here I will show you the working of non-raised floor system, how it will work. Simply here also the cooling unit supply air from above. Okay, the cold air is delivered from ceiling diffuser or in-row unit. Okay, here no underfloor plenum is used. Remember this thing. Then the air delivered through duct or directly near rack. Okay, so air reaches servers by duct system, means the overhead, or directly supply in row. So the more targeted cooling. So in this way the cooling is more targeted compared to traditional system. After that the cold air enters servers. Okay, same as raised flow, server take cold air from front, use it for cooling internal component. Then the hot air return via ceiling or duct. Okay, the hot air rises naturally, hot air goes up, then collected through ceiling, return or duct. Okay, so in this way normally non-raised floor work. Okay, now we'll show you the advantages of using non-raised flow. Like the first advantage is lower initial cost. Okay, means no need to construct a raised floor system here. So the cost is low. Why the cost is lower here? Because here we are not using pedestal or floor panel, no perforated tiles are used, no underfloor ceiling work here, less installation time and labor. That is why the initial cost is low. Okay, this is the first benefits. Second advantages of non-raised flow is what? It is suitable for high density load. Means better for area where servers generate very high heat load. And why it is suitable? See, the cooling is closer to the heat source in row or rear door. So no dependency on underfloor air pressure. Can handle high kilowatt per rack. Okay. Is it clear? The next is no air leakage underflow. Yes, since there is no underfloor plenum, so leakage problem is eliminated here. Got it? So in raised flow, normally what happen? Air leaks from gap, cable opening. But in non-raised flow, air flow through duct or direct unit. So leakage problem is also eliminated here. Okay. So these are the some benefits of non-raised flow. Now here I will show you some limitation also. The first one, the complex airflow design is very complex. Means the air distribution is not simple. You must carefully design how cold air reaches server and how hot air return. And why it become complex? Because here no underfloor plenum, no natural uniform distribution. Okay, that is why the airflow system airflow design is complex here. Even it need proper duct design or containment, hot assay or cold assay. Risk of mixing hot and cold air. Okay, that is why airflow design is complex here. Next, cable management challenging. Means the cable are not hidden under the floor, so routine become tricky. This is the another disadvantage. The next, it has less flexibility in airflow adjustment. Means changing airflow is not as easy as moving tiles like in raised floor. Okay, so these are the some disadvantage. Okay, now here I will show you when to use what, when to use raised floor system and when you have to use the non-raised floor. Let's start. See, when we need to use raised floor design. So here some given for medium density, means heat load per rack is moderate, not very high. If your heat load per rack is moderate, not very high, so you can go for this raised floor system design. Okay, here normally the underfloor air can handle normal cooling load and no need for very aggressive cooling system. So for small to medium data center, it is best. Next, for traditional design, you can use the raised floor system like old or conventional data center layout. If you have old or conventional data center layout, you can go for this raised floor design. Okay. And it need flexible airflow. Airflow requirement may change frequently. So why the raised floor is best here? You can add or remove perforated tiles and change airflow direction easily here. Okay. So here I have shown you some application where we can use the raised floor. Now, where we can use non-raised floor for high density rack. Okay. Suppose if you have very high heat load per rack, so you can go for the non-raised floor. Okay. Even for moderate data center, okay, new generation facility, so here non-raised floor is preferred because the cost is also lower, no height limitation here, and better compatibility with advanced cooling. Okay, so many new data center are moving away from raised floors. Then for the advanced cooling system, means you can use for modern cooling technology, in-row cooling, rear door heat exchanger, liquid cooling. So why are the raised floor not needed here? Because cooling is localized and targeted here. So no need for underfloor air distribution. Okay. So in this way, so in short, you can say the raised floor used for flexible, traditional or medium load, and non-raised floor is used for the modern or high load or advanced cooling. So where you can use the non-raised floor design. Got it? So this is all about the difference between raised floor and non-raised floor design. Hope all of you enjoy the session. See you in next one.